Are you tired of feeling stuck when trying to speak English? Imagine confidently expressing yourself in conversations, writing with clarity, and understanding native speakers effortlessly. This audiobook is your fast track to mastering English, no matter your starting point. Welcome to Speak English Fluently in no time. Whether you're a beginner or looking to refine your skills, this audiobook is designed to help you achieve your English language goals faster and more effectively. Forget outdated methods and boring grammar drills. In this guide, you'll discover practical strategies, insider tips, and engaging techniques that will transform the way you learn and use English. Focus points: building confidence, overcome the fear of speaking, and learn to embrace mistakes as part of the learning process. The power of listening. Discover why active listening to native speakers is the cornerstone of fluency. Speaking without hesitation. Practice real-world conversations to improve pronunciation and flow. Expanding vocabulary. Learn how to acquire and use new words effectively in everyday situations. Grammar without the stress. Master essential grammar through context and simple rules, not memorization. The role of immersion. Tips to incorporate English into your daily life, even if you live in a non-English speaking environment. Leveraging technology. Use apps, audiobooks, and online resources to accelerate your learning. Learning outcomes. By the end of this audiobook, you will speak English with increased confidence and fluency, understand native speakers more easily, and participate in conversations without hesitation. Expand your vocabulary and use words naturally in context. Apply grammar rules instinctively while speaking and writing. Transform your daily routine into a powerful language learning experience. This audiobook is more than a learning resource. It's your ticket to unlocking the power of English in your personal and professional life. Let's start this journey together. Your fluent future awaits. Focus point 1: building confidence. Confidence is the foundation of effective communication in any language. Many learners struggle with the fear of making mistakes, which can hinder their progress. However, embracing errors as opportunities for growth can significantly improve confidence and fluency. Speaking publicly or even to a single person in English might seem intimidating, but every attempt builds resilience. For instance, a learner who practices English with a supportive partner, perhaps a friend or tutor, is more likely to see rapid improvement than someone who avoids speaking altogether. Developing a mindset that celebrates effort over perfection is key. Dr. Carol Dweck's research on growth mindset emphasizes that people who view challenges as opportunities to learn often outperform those who fear failure. A student learning English, for example, might focus on the progress they've made over time rather than a single misstep during a conversation. Success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts, Winston Churchill reminds us. Confidence in language learning is built incrementally, through consistent practice and positive reinforcement. Recommendations. Create a low-pressure environment by practicing with non-judgmental partners or online language exchange platforms. Record yourself speaking and listen back to identify areas of improvement while celebrating your strengths. Set small, measurable goals, such as using 5 new words in a conversation each week. Focus point 2: the power of listening. Active listening is crucial to mastering a language. By exposing yourself to natural speech patterns, intonation, and vocabulary, you can better understand how the language flows. Listening to podcasts, audiobooks, or even songs in English provides a real-world context that enhances comprehension. For instance, someone trying to improve their listening skills might follow an English podcast series. Listening to authentic content helps learners adapt to various accents and speeds. A beginner could start with slow, clear podcasts and gradually transition to more complex content. Research from the University of Maryland highlights the importance of context in language comprehension, showing that learners who listen actively retain information better than those who rely solely on passive methods like reading. In the words of Ernest Hemingway, when people talk, listen completely. Most people never listen. Applying this advice to language learning ensures that you internalize how words and phrases are used. Recommendations. Dedicate at least 15 minutes daily to listening to English media, gradually increasing the difficulty. Pair listening with reading subtitles or transcripts to connect spoken and written forms. Mimic phrases you hear to develop accurate pronunciation and rhythm. Focus point 3: speaking without hesitation. Fluency grows with practice, not perfection. Hesitation often stems from overthinking grammar or vocabulary. Shifting focus to communication rather than correctness helps overcome this barrier. A practical approach involves participating in language meetups or online speaking clubs. For example, a learner who joins weekly conversation circles finds themselves more at ease over time as they engage with diverse topics. A study by the British Council reveals that learners who prioritize speaking over writing during the early stages achieve conversational fluency faster. This aligns with the natural order of language acquisition, where speaking precedes formal writing skills. "Do not wait to strike till the iron is hot, but make it hot by striking," said William Butler Yeats. The same applies to speaking. Fluency is achieved through consistent action. Recommendations: set a timer and practice speaking for 2 minutes daily about any topic, gradually increasing the duration. Learn and use conversational fillers like "let me think" or to buy time during speech. Role-play scenarios such as ordering at a restaurant or attending a job interview to build comfort in real-life contexts. Focus point 4. Expanding vocabulary. A rich vocabulary is essential for expressing ideas effectively. Rather than memorizing word lists, engaging with new words in context is more impactful. Imagine reading a novel or watching a TV series in English. A learner encounters the word melancholy in a scene where a character is visibly sad. Associating the word with its emotional context helps cement its meaning. The Corpus of Contemporary American English, COCA, provides evidence that exposure to high-frequency words through authentic content leads to better retention and usage. Mark Twain said, "The difference between the almost right word and the right word is the difference between the lightning bug and the lightning." Choosing precise words elevates communication. Recommendations: use a spaced repetition app like Anki to review new vocabulary regularly. Write short stories or journal entries incorporating recently learned words. Practice paraphrasing sentences from books or articles to deepen understanding. Focus point 5. Grammar without the stress. Grammar should serve as a guide, not a stumbling block. Learning through examples and practice rather than rote memorization makes grammar rules intuitive. Consider a learner who watches short, grammar-focused videos that explain concepts like verb tenses using relatable scenarios. They are more likely to internalize the rules compared to someone who reads abstract definitions in a textbook. Linguist Stephen Krashen's input hypothesis supports this approach, emphasizing that comprehensible input, such as reading or listening to slightly challenging material, helps learners grasp grammar naturally. The rules of grammar are like the rules of playing chess. They're not what makes you want to play the game, but they help you play it better, notes author Benjamin Dreyer. Recommendations: focus on mastering essential grammar structures like subject-verb agreement and question formation. Practice through fun exercises like completing closed tests or playing grammar games. Write short paragraphs and have them reviewed by a native speaker or tutor. Focus point 6. The role of immersion. Immersion accelerates language acquisition by surrounding learners with English in everyday life. Even without traveling to an English-speaking country, immersion can be simulated. For instance, a learner could switch their phone and social media to English, creating constant exposure. Engaging with English-speaking communities online, such as joining gaming or hobby-related groups, reinforces practical usage. The immersion principle, used in bilingual education, demonstrates that learners exposed to the target language in multiple contexts acquire it more efficiently. As Nelson Mandela said, "If you talk to him in his language, that goes to his heart." Immersion fosters a deeper connection with the language. Recommendations: watch movies or TV shows in English without subtitles to challenge your comprehension. Label household items with English names to build everyday associations. Join forums or participate in discussions related to your interests in English. Focus point 7. Leveraging technology. Technology offers powerful tools to enhance language learning. Apps like Duolingo, Rosetta Stone, or Memrise provide interactive ways to build skills. Imagine using AI-powered tools like Grammarly for writing or Pronunciation Coach for speech. These platforms offer real-time feedback, making learning efficient. A 2021 study published in the Journal of Educational Technology found that learners who used language apps in conjunction with traditional methods showed a 30% higher improvement rate. "We are stuck with technology when what we really want is just stuff that works," quipped Douglas Adams. The right tools make all the difference in language learning. Recommendations: dedicate specific time daily to using a language learning app for structured practice. Explore YouTube channels or audiobooks tailored to English learners. Use AI-based tools to assess and refine your writing or speaking skills. Improved confidence in speaking English. Mastering confidence is a transformative step in language learning. A shy learner who frequently avoided speaking due to fear of mistakes might become fluent simply by regularly engaging in practice. For example, joining a Toastmasters club can help individuals overcome public speaking anxiety in English while receiving constructive feedback. The Pygmalion effect, described in Rosenthal and Jacobson's study, shows how positive expectations can lead to improved performance. When learners believe in their ability to succeed, they're more likely to persevere. The only way to develop confidence is to do the thing you fear and get a record of successful experiences behind you, said William Jennings Bryan. Each step forward, even a small one, builds cumulative confidence. Recommendations: establish a routine of speaking English for 5 minutes daily about a random topic. Attend workshops or webinars in English to build familiarity with formal communication. Keep a progress journal to reflect on and celebrate milestones. Enhanced listening skills. Active listening sharpens comprehension and contextual understanding. Picture a beginner regularly attending live online discussions. By focusing intently on the nuances of tone and vocabulary, they begin to grasp meanings, even without complete sentence comprehension. A study published in the Journal of Language Teaching and Research found that learners exposed to authentic audio materials improve listening skills faster than those using simplified content. This approach enhances cognitive flexibility by exposing learners to varied accents and styles. The quieter you become, the more you are able to hear, wrote Rumi, highlighting the importance of attention in listening. Recommendations: listen to interviews featuring diverse accents and summarize their content. Practice shadowing, where you repeat audio content simultaneously to develop rhythm and clarity. Engage in interactive activities like transcription or dictation to refine listening precision. Increased fluency in speaking. Fluency arises from prioritizing communication over perfection. A learner who participates in spontaneous role-playing activities adapts to new vocabulary and grammar effortlessly, enhancing their conversational abilities. Research in applied linguistics by Bygate emphasizes that fluency grows through task-based interactions, where learners are encouraged to articulate their thoughts without pre-planning. Speech is power. Speech is to persuade, to convert, to compel, said Ralph Waldo Emerson. Speaking without hesitation transforms a learner's ability to connect with others. Recommendations: participate in impromptu speaking challenges with a language partner. Use storytelling to practice structuring coherent narratives in English. Prioritize activities that require quick thinking, such as debate or improvisation exercises. Broader vocabulary. Contextual exposure enhances vocabulary retention and application. Imagine a learner who watches movies with English subtitles, pausing to note and rehearse unfamiliar words. This interactive engagement reinforces learning. A Cambridge University Press study highlights that encountering words in varied contexts increases retention and helps learners grasp subtle differences in usage. The difference between the almost right word and the right word is really a large matter. It's the difference between the lightning bug and the lightning, wrote Mark Twain. Mastering vocabulary transforms communication. Recommendations: dedicate time to exploring idiomatic expressions and phrasal verbs used in everyday language. Build word associations by connecting new vocabulary with images or stories. Play word games like Scrabble or crosswords to solidify understanding in an enjoyable way. Clearer understanding of grammar. Grammar mastery creates clarity and precision. Consider a learner who actively rewrites incorrect sentences into correct forms as part of their routine. This analytical approach ingrains grammar rules in memory. The natural approach theory by Krashen and Terrell argues that grammar is acquired more effectively through meaningful communication rather than isolated drills. Grammar is the logic of speech, even as logic is the grammar of reason, observed Richard Chenoweth's Trench. Understanding structure empowers learners to express themselves accurately. Recommendations: focus on mastering one grammatical concept weekly, such as verb conjugation or prepositions. Create error logs by recording and analyzing recurring grammar mistakes. Practice editing texts to identify and correct grammatical inconsistencies. Immersive learning opportunities. Immersion accelerates learning by creating authentic contexts. Imagine a learner integrating English into their daily life by narrating their activities internally or aloud in English. This approach deepens cognitive engagement with the language. The dual immersion method, widely used in bilingual education, demonstrates how consistent exposure to the target language fosters natural acquisition. As you sow in your subconscious mind, so shall you reap, said Joseph Murphy. Immersion plants the seeds for intuitive language use. Recommendations. Dedicate specific times of the day to thinking or speaking in English exclusively. Explore cultural content, such as English poetry or folklore, to deepen your connection to the language. Create opportunities for English immersion by connecting with native speakers or attending cultural events. Effective use of technology. Technology revolutionizes language learning by making tools and resources accessible. For instance, a learner who uses AI-powered platforms to assess and refine pronunciation finds their speech clarity significantly improved over time. A 2020 study in Computers and Education revealed that learners using technology-driven tools showed enhanced motivation and faster progress compared to traditional methods. Technology is best when it brings people together, said Matt Mullenweg. Leveraging the right tools bridges gaps in language learning. Recommendations. Explore gamified apps to maintain engagement while mastering new skills. Use digital dictionaries to explore word etymology and usage in depth. Record and analyze your own voice using software to refine pronunciation and intonation. Conclusion. The journey of mastering English is both rewarding and transformative. Each focus point discussed is a stepping stone toward not only linguistic competence, but also cultural connection and self-growth. From building confidence to mastering grammar, these strategies aim to make English learning effective, enjoyable, and sustainable. Here is a review of the key focus points. Improved confidence in speaking English. Building self-assurance through regular practice and embracing mistakes. Enhanced listening skills. Developing active listening to comprehend and contextualize spoken English. Increased fluency in speaking. Prioritizing communication and spontaneous interaction over perfection. Broader vocabulary. Expanding word knowledge through contextual exposure and consistent usage. Clearer understanding of grammar. Mastering grammatical accuracy for precise communication. Immersive learning opportunities. Integrating English into daily life for natural and intuitive learning. Effective use of technology. Leveraging digital tools to accelerate and enrich language learning. Practical recommendations. Dedicate a fixed time daily to speaking and thinking in English. Start with simple topics and gradually progress to complex discussions. Listen to diverse English audio content, such as podcasts, audiobooks, and interviews, focusing on various accents and intonations. Engage in role-playing and storytelling to improve fluency and narrative skills. Create a personalized vocabulary journal with new words, their meanings, and examples of use. Regularly analyze and correct your grammar through writing and editing exercises. Immerse yourself in English by watching movies, attending events, or joining communities where English is spoken. Use language apps, pronunciation tools, and AI-based software to enhance skills and track progress. Remember, the more they listen, the better they speak. Active engagement with the language, whether through listening, speaking, or immersive practices, is the ultimate key to progress. Thank you for dedicating your time to this audiobook and for taking a proactive step toward improving your English. Your interest and effort are truly appreciated. If you found value in this content, please like, subscribe to the MediaDeem channel, and share this audiobook with others who may benefit from it. By doing so, you help create a community of motivated learners. Continue to listen, learn, and grow. Your journey with English has just begun, and every step forward brings you closer to fluency. Happy learning!